and welcome to another episode. This is Amiga Big Box Part 2. Starting off with this episode, we've got Shuttle, the space flight simulator. It mentions a fair few different Amigas, no mention of the A1200 though, or the 3000 or the 4000. Talks about kickstart up to version 2, requires 1 megabyte of memory, a 68000 is good enough supposedly. Let's have a look on the back. Oh, a whopping $29.99 supposedly in 1991. That's a fair bit of cash for a computer game for the Amiga. Well, it would have been when you were just a kid, but obviously this isn't aimed at young children. So lots of fancy graphics and all that of what it would have been like to fly a simulator in those days. Some real photos it seems here, but they've mixed it in with 3D graphics, what would have been good for the Amiga back then. What did Ace magazine say about it? With brilliantly detailed flight deck, impressive 3D animation and mind-boggling attention to detail, the Space Shuttle simulator looks like ideal training ground for the budding astronauts. Sorry, that was Zero magazine. And one of the most ambitious, exciting sims ever by Ace, and breathtaking by Strategy Plus. Must be of maybe a magazine of many words, that one. Anyway, let's have a look inside. So I'll just leave that there. So it appears it's 2 discs. Let's take out the manuals. As last time, there's a little bit of rustling around, so you have to bear with me. There's the instruction manual, which as you can see is quite thick. It's all in English, it appears. So this is yet, like last time, this is yet another game of where you're supposed to learn what you're doing. Oh, that is some fine detail for a game to explain bit by bit. Very in depth it seems. That's good. Sadly a bit scuffy on the front here. Mission guide. No pictures in this one, but explaining what you're supposed to do. So maybe with the end of this you could actually be a true astronaut, is that the idea? Oh, there's an amendum. So you can install it to the hard drive. And it just says that a few times in different languages. And what's here? Oh, it seems to be a poster. Whoa. There's a lot to this. This is a big poster. I do apologise for the rustling, but I'm sure you want to see the fantastic poster that's here. Oh, this is big. I'm going to have to scroll it up for you. I can't zoom out far enough. So we have all of that. And all of that. Oh. All of that, and then I'll fold it back over just a little bit so that I can get it in. So you can see the joysticky bit there, and then there we go for this. We've got CRT4 as well, so an awful lot to get your head round. So it all fits nicely in that box. The next game we've got is Civilization, build an empire to stand the test of time. So again, it mentions a fair few different Amigas, only 1 meg needed, does recommend a mouse, well I'm sure it does. I mean the colour monitor only, and a hard disk is recommended. Yep, well no worries for that in my computer. This was sold for $33.99 all the way back in 1991 it was. So we have the graphics there, they don't seem so bad. So we all probably know what Civilization is like, you've got to build your own empire and everything like that. There's some weight to this game now, let's see what it's like. So this is one of the ones where it's more of a sleeve. And then you get the box, so we'll leave the sleeve there. Slides up nicely. have we got? We've got A, B, C, D for the discs. And then inside the box, what we've got? We've got controls. One of those registration cards again. Did love that back in the day. So yeah, a few different keys to remember what you got to do. Here's come the weight for the game then. A bit dusty, but a whole lot of weight for this manual, all in English. This particular case. So what you got to do. So another one of where you got to get your head around. I'm starting to understand why I didn't play these sort of games when I was a kid. I didn't have the patience for them. I've learned patience as I got older, but I definitely didn't have it back in the day. So let's get that back in its box. I do believe I've played Civilization, what number was it? 2 or 3 or something like that on the PC at later years. I got quite far on it, but I've never played it on the Amiga. So obviously another one I need to get going with. Slide all this back in again. Now we've got Das Boot, German U-boat simulation. It took all the way up to the 3000, not mentioning the 600 though. 512K is needed, 1 meg for enhanced sound, and hard drive installable. Doesn't seem to be a price tag anywhere. So this came out in 1990. So these are the graphics for the IBM VGA at 256 colours. So the graphics aren't going to be so good on the Amiga. I'm assuming this is OCS graphics. Let's try to get inside. This is a bit tatty, this one. It's not my doing this, it's just the way that it's come. It's another sleeve one. Whoa, that's fancy on the inside. Welcome to the world of Mindscape. Travel with us to the very frontiers of your imagination. So, how's this come up? This is an unusual box as far as I remember. Oh, it slides that way. Doesn't completely lift off. And you see it's been ripped and everything because whoever had it before me got confused about how to open it. It opens up like that, which is unusual. 2 discs. And some manuals. Discs back in the box, we don't need them right now. So Das Boot Amiga, loading instructions. Nothing more than, what's this, A5 paper, size booklet, different languages. And it seems to be just telling you how to load it up on Amiga, which comes in handy obviously. And then we've got the instruction reference guide as well. It seems a bit silly since we've just got that green one, but oh, see, this one tells you how to install it on a PC. So obviously what they did was cheap out on the Amiga people by throwing it out on that. I don't know if this came up on the ST as well, but I'm assuming they did the same sort of thing for that. So they cheaped out on the manual a bit. So you've got installation even, but in different languages. And then we've got the operations manual. So again, having to get your head around how to use a submarine, different keys to be pressed all different times. So if you want to play that one, you'll have to maybe need a manual for that as well because it's quite in depth. So I'll put this fancy box back in again. I have to say I don't think I've ever seen a box like that before in a big box game. It has a sleeve and then the box inside is sort of a treasure chest type lid, you know, it folds out instead of just completely coming off. And then we've got Space Hulk, the Platinum Edition, which means it was a budget release. That's what Hit Squad was known for. It mentions everything up to the 3000, Kickstart 3, mentions the 1200, second floppy disk drive recommended, They're coming rarer and rarer and more expensive, a second floppy drive for the Amiga. So a lot of people are getting Gotex for them instead. Not hard drive installable. Well, WHD load probably says something about that, but $14.99 from HMV. Oops. And that was in 1993. This box is sadly a bit sat on by the looks of it. Some graphics there. No idea if that's the Amiga ones or not. It seems it might be. Let's have a look inside. Oh, wait a minute. There's the age range. It reckons even a 3-year-old can play this game. Yeah, I've played this game. Well, I wasn't too good at it so many years ago. So again, let's leave the box lid there. Have a look inside. We have an Amiga reference card, basically telling you what to do with your floppies. And same again, I suppose, in other languages. Yep, there we go. It actually came out on 3 discs. There we go. Oh. It's funny how you don't remember things. I didn't remember that these came in these Hit Squad boxes. Basically, if there was a problem, you should send it back to the Hit Squad, not Electronic Arts. Because they knew you try to take it back to WH Smith's or Woolworths or something like that, they'd probably argue with you that no, you've been naughty and copied it and that's why you're trying to get your money back. Whereas if you send your floppies off to them, they'll know if the discs work or not. I wonder how many discs that they got though. It's because someone's drive was a bit sticky versus the disc was actually a problem. But that's what they did there. So we've got 2 books in here again. So it says PC and Amiga, so it must have only come out on those machines. We've got the first one. It seems to be just trying to tell you what the different buttons do. Yep, that's what it seems to be doing, quick start and everything. And then the mission and background manual. So in the missions, what you got to do is get across there and how to swarm and lost scrolls. Lots of interesting stuff there to get your head around. Sure was a lot of reading in lots of old games. Hey, look at that. That looks nice. Look what that looks like in colour. Because that seems such a shame that artists who were, well, obviously very good at their job, these pictures just in black and white, you don't get to see them in full glorious colour, which I'm assuming they sat and painted them in. Seems such a loss, but as I said in the last episode, lots of manuals were in black and white to save on printing costs. So that's it for this particular episode. I've got a lot more episodes to come out this week. I'm going to be knocking them out so that there's one a day, maybe 4 or 5 games at a time. It's going to take a lot more than a week because I didn't bother doing my maths properly last time, but yeah, I'm going to be knocking them out like that. So the last episode I said that I wanted one that I'm going to do I said half an hour, but it seems I'm going to be doing a long play on it now. A game that I'm going to play like 10 minutes of, and then a game all that I'm doing is loading it up to see what the graphics and sound and music sounds like. It's been recommended to me already that the Star Trek game should be the long play. So out of this episode and next episodes, if you see something that you want to see being 30 minutes, 15 minutes, and well, 10-15 minutes, and just a few minutes maybe, let me know, because I do still want those 3, but I will do a long play at some point. I don't know if it's going to be this month, but I will do a long play on the Star Trek game, but we'll see what happens with these other games. So if you see something you like, please let me know. But as always, happy gaming.